Okay, Robbie, why do you think players are getting hurt now in the game?
What it is that these players, there's a new rule that was passed by the collective bargaining agreement, the CBA, better known by the NFL Players Association and the NFL itself, that
I don't need your hand in the video.
decreasing the amount of time that players can spend at the practice facility and spend with the team.
How you doing over here?
We're doing pretty good. Thank you. See you too.
Limiting the amount of time that players spend at the practice facilities and spend with the team, pretty much trying to give them a break. The veterans, the reason why they adopted this, thinking that they'd be able to cut down some of the time they spend on the grounds of their teams and get more rest, pretty much. And what's happening now is the younger players who don't need the rest and are now going out and training with personal trainers that don't necessarily know they didn't get their degree in studying football like these teams do and have been doing for a long time. So they're doing different things, their muscles are training different ways, and then you get on a football field and you're doing football related activities and you end up hurting yourself as a player, and that's why you got 1,500 injuries going on right now, and a lot of them the key players, not just one or two. You got 15 key player injuries this season before the season started, and you usually get 15 during the season of these high-profile athletes. So, it's tough. When you pass rules, you try to do it for one thing, but sometimes you go too far to the red or too far to the blue. You got to find a in between, and that's probably what they'll do in the next collective bargaining agreement when they sit down at the table and stuff like that.
So, can you take your glasses off since you don't need them?
Okay,
we got glare on the we got glare on the table. So, Shari, Miss Sports Psychology degree, what do you think about all of this?
Honestly, coming from my standpoint of sports psychology, it's your body can recover, but it's all about the mental. Can your mind recover? So, for a veteran, they may not ever fully recover physically, but their mental state is what's going to drive them to keep playing. I guess, some of the younger kids, if they get injured, it's going to affect them differently, especially if you're a rookie coming out of college, first round draft pick, but you get a career-ending injury, that can take a toll on your mental psyche and your mental health and stability. So I guess, everything has a, reaction. I guess it depends on the individual player that you're talking about.
But now Robbie was saying earlier that there was a seasoned player who's just going to quit.
Well, yeah, because with all these injuries and the new collective bargaining agreement and everything that's been agreed upon, it's all about bodies now. You want to fill rosters and try to get these roster positions with young talent who you think could stand the test of time. Also, you pay them a lot less. So you got these veteran players who are happy about the time off, maybe not working out as hard as they should, or they risk the same chance, or probably even more, a chance of injury since you're a little bit older than these young bucks. So you're going to pay, Brian Urlacher decided to retire because he wasn't getting the money offered that he thought he deserved, but at the same time, he's older, he was declining a little bit. Was he done with football? I think he still would have had 3 or 4 more good years in him, but at the same time, it's all about bodies these days in the NFL. It's not necessarily about quality anymore because of all the injuries that go on. And at the end of the day, kids are getting bigger, stronger, and faster. So, you can still plug somebody in the middle of your defense, for $500,000 instead of paying them $5 million. And that's just business. And the NFL is starting to look more like a business every single day.
Well, it is. But Shari just said the young players that are coming out are crazy.
I didn't say they were crazy. I just said if you get career-ending injury at that young, it's going to take a blow to your mental state.
That's crazy.
That's not crazy. It's meaning, okay, so if you've been grown up, football's been your whole life, all you do is work on football, and in practice, not even before the season starts, you get a career-ending injury. That's
season
or
does anyone care about cheese?
No. So Miles, being a player who's played in the game since high school, come on, tell me what you think about the propaganda that you just heard today.
sorry, what did you say?
You just want to eat your food, huh? But tell me, what do you think about the propaganda that have just been discussed today? Is it fact, fiction, or unsound theory?
I don't know.
Okay, then you don't know. All right.
Thank you.
Well, I realize I'm competing with the meal, so right now I'd like you to sign off. What's your call sign? All right.